Welcome to the first episode of Checkup, where we sit down and go one-on-one with our guests just to get to know them a little bit better. My first guest is my son, Willie Jennings IV. Welcome. Alright, so let's give them some background. When did you first start playing basketball?
First started playing basketball. First started playing basketball when I was like 2 years old. It was just me and my dad would just go to the gym, and I either watch him play basketball or I'll be shooting on the side hoops, just just running around, being the kid I am. Then ever since then, I just love the game, and just up to this point, I still love the game.
So it's a funny story is how everyone that knows you, the first thing they say is, man, I remember when you used to sit in, when you used to be in the gym, sitting in the car seat just watching your dad play. So that's the famous memory everybody has. But you were speaking about the love of the game. What actually made you love the game?
What made me love the game is just being around it so much. It kind of just comes to you naturally. So, I mean, can't do nothing about that. I mean, I'm glad it did, because at this point it's built some good friendships and relationships over the years. So I'm kind of glad I got into it as young as I did.
Okay. This should be a good one. How was it having your dad as a coach and I guess a trainer?
God, the worst. So, it goes with the good and bad, but he's tough on me, which is good because I can deal with any coach that yells or has anything constructive criticism towards me. So he just taught me how to learn and just be coachable. So it helped in the long haul.
Yeah, it was definitely some good and bad times. It'll be times we would work out at the gym and we would leave and we wouldn't talk to each other for the whole ride. And then, I mean, once we got to our destination, then we would start joking around. But it would be a quiet ride where we just listen to the music. We wouldn't even be talking to each other. But that was just our relationship. Mm-hmm. That was just, we made it work though. So, all right, so fast forward into ninth grade. How would you describe your game in ninth grade?
Ninth grade, catch and shoot. Catch and shoot, sometimes a floater. That's the only time you'll see me really paint. But I was always catch and shoot. I would drive just to do a floater. I wouldn't get too far in the paint because I was also so small, and I wasn't that quick either. So
slow as molasses. All right, so 10th grade year. How did you think your game improved from ninth grade?
It put me in the spotlight. It made me have to go into a different role that I used to be in. It had to make me be the man of the team. Well, not the man of the team, but the leader, the guy everyone looks on to facilitate the offense, to go get a bucket. So it kind of just brought that next step out of me.
Yeah, because that's the thing I wanted to figure out. I always told you, like, I need to know what kind of player you're going to be. I don't want you training and working out for something that you're not. So put you in a position that had a spotlight on you. You was going to see if you sank or if you swam. And you swam. You started doing everything. You started rebounding. You started running the point, ball handling better, rebounding. Because I would always tease you. He would never get 2 feet in the paint. Like ninth grade, I mean, he started at the end of ninth grade, but he was never in the paint getting rebounds until 10th grade. He got a little taller, got a little stronger too, so that helped.
Stop playing my rebounds.
So how did you handle your junior year being canceled due to the pandemic?
Man, don't even get me started on that year. A lot of lost hope, a lot of depression, a lot of what if this wasn't for me, or where would I go with this in the future, or do I see me continue doing this in the future? It kind of put things in perspective, but just stuck with God and just prayed every day that something good would happen. So it just took day by day to get through it.
Yeah, that was a rough period, especially with no basketball. They took down the courts outside, so it was basically like nothing. You had to stay in the house. It wasn't until like towards the end where they at least put the baskets up outside. Well, no, they didn't put the baskets up. They had one up outside that we would go to. We went to on Saturday mornings. It would be 30 degrees outside. 30 degrees outside. We'd be in hoodie and sweats and all that, just so I can, you know what I'm saying, give him give him a little bit of that basketball, because we hadn't had any of it. So, and he got a little chubby too over the pandemic.
210, bro.
210?
Yeah, 210.
He got up to 210 as an 11th grader. That boy was, ooh. I should insert that. Nah, I'm not going to insert. I'm not going to insert that picture though. But alright. So because of the pandemic, I guess you kind of answered this question already. But how did it change, or how did it change your approach to the game?
Changed my approach. It made me more hungry. It made me more want to get back in the gym because my body wasn't in shape. So it made me want to work on my body, work on my skills, and just continue to get better mentally and physically.
Okay. Because you did, once y'all started up, once they cleared everything for the most part and allowed y'all to get back to hooping, you was on the workouts. I don't think you ever missed a workout, because you was always making sure you had been without it for so long that you was like, nah, I'm going to work out. So, senior year, what changed for you? Was whether it was mindset or the way you prepared or how you focused? What changed?
What changed?
If anything.
No, I don't think much changed. I just think, especially since having a new coach, learn that coach, and also learn the offense and learning what you can do in that offense, it just,
Shout out Coach Barton, Northwestern.
Yeah. And it just helping me out, becoming the guy that I am today. It just made me just become better myself and just learn that I'm more than just a shooter. I'm what he always preached to me, three level scorer. So summer workouts, even during the season, we just straight work, no days off, and he knows that too. If he's
Alright, so staying with senior year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about senior night. What was your feeling going into the game? We know he had 36 points. That's a career high for you, right? Yeah. So, what was your mindset, or how was you feeling going into that game?
Funny thing is, during the whole ceremony, I was just like, bro, I'm just ready to play. Like, yes, I appreciate all the pictures. I'm glad I was there. Glad Phil was there. Glad I was there. Got my two little brothers. My mama. Mama got to see me play. It was just a special day, and wasn't going into the game expecting to go crazy or nothing. Just play my game, and the game just went on, and I was just hitting shots, and I had 36. So just one of those days where you just can't miss, and you just feeling it.
So before we get to your next step, how did you stay confident and motivated throughout the summer once you graduated with not a lot of recognition or college coaches calling?
I just stayed positive. Stayed positive through it all. Even with no looks, no reach outs, people would put no word in for me. I stay positive because I know my game. I know guys on my side. I got people around me that can help me with anything if I need it. So I just knew at any moment some team or somewhere would take me and make me a better player.
All right, so on to the next step. On to prep school in Canada, C.O.D.E Sports Academy in Whitby, Ontario. Why did you choose that route?
Man, it was the one that just came knocking on the door. When they said they needed a shooter, and I'm one of the best shooters in PG County, so I took the shot.
I'm probably biased, but yes, I would say you are one of the best shooters in PG County. Because were you second team all county?
Second team.
Second team all county. But the proof is in the pudding. Like your ninth grade. Luckily for me, I have video on you 9th, 10th, and senior. Well, no, it go back to like 7th grade for real.
Yeah.
7th grade Highsville Middle.
Go that far.
Yeah, 7th grade Highsville Middle. He's been shooting the ball like that since 7th grade. So shooting the ball was second nature to him. So we never worried about him shooting the ball. As he progressed, it was all about, like he said, like Coach Barton would say, you gotta do more. You gotta be more than a scorer. How can you impact the game in other ways? If your shot's not falling, how are you going to affect the game? If you're not hitting shots, then what else do you bring to the team? So that was an important thing that we try to push on him.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was rough, not knowing the work you put in and not getting the recognition. But like I always say, man, what's for you is what's for you. We all stayed patient. I don't know how I did it, but I did. I stayed patient too. And it was just once it got to July and then August, for real, like the second week, we still was patient in August. I don't know why we was. And then Cole came calling, and that was a wrap. Yeah, signed a paper, and he was gone. He was gone. So you at Cole now, by yourself in another country.
I said, we not talking about that drive.
Oh yeah. 9-hour drive. Yeah, that's
I see.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad though.
It was an easy drive though. Easy drive. It's not as far as you think when you think about it. It's not that far from Niagara Falls. It's about 2.5 hours from Niagara Falls, so it's not that bad. So at the beginning, you wasn't playing, you wasn't hitting shots. How did you stay confident, and how did you get back on track?
Confidence. Luckily, I had some help. Wasn't all me in terms of putting in the work at all. I had shout out Kamani's mom. She was our I would say it's not with a therapist, but she was team bonding, and she had one-on-ones to talk with us. So
kind of sort of making sure y'all mental health was all good.
Because the team was pretty new from last year, so she was really trying to engage everybody, and we're all trying to still engage each other. So, but yeah, she had one-on-ones and told her about our struggles and how I've been down on myself, haven't been locked in. But she gave me a point of view where if you're this guy and you want to become that guy, you got to put in the work. And so one day, I'm not doing nothing because our school is online. Thank God. And I just decided, why not work on my body? Why not do something or lift or put myself through my own workout. And I stayed that course until the end. Luckily, my strength and conditioning coach, Christian, he was seeing something in me too as I'm working out. And he just thought, like, you really the man for real. No offense to anyone else, but I was one of the hardworking guys when it came to lifting. Most of the guys looked up to me because I lift heavy. Some of them called me crazy. Some of them called me a menace because the way I was lifting. But I just pushed myself in. How?
Yeah, so that's a proud dad moment because I sat back and just, he already know what to do. I told him, you know what I'm saying, you just keep working at it. It's no excuses. You're not going to blame the coaches or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you can control what you can control. That's all you can control. You can't control how much you're going to play, when you're going to play. All you can control is being ready at all times, putting the work in, and then they can't deny you. So that was a proud dad moment, knowing on his own he did the work, put the work in, and was hungry enough to just do the work that was needed. And then he's seeing the benefits of it. What was your biggest adjustment you had to make playing in Canada?
Biggest adjustment? Learning that you have to earn your spot. Because coming in, Coach Keith was the coach, and he said, we're going to make sure everybody plays, and everyone's going to play. Not saying like you're going to get a lot of minutes, but you're going to play. And especially since they needed a shooter, so I'm going there thinking like, okay, I might play a lot because they need a shooter, and they are going to be playing people. Sadly, well, not sadly, but Coach Keith had some personal
Responsibilities.
Stuff. Yeah, responsibilities off the court, so he had to step away for a little bit. And our trainer / coach DJ took over from now on, and he didn't know the team very well. He just knew us from when he trained us at training camp, so he was just going off of the people that he knew, which it's no disrespect to me. He's just going off of what he's knowing. He's going off the people that he can trust the most. So is sitting out for the whole game, just put things in perspective. Like, I'm not a player that should be on the bench, especially with my caliber. That's not me being cocky. That's just me being confident and just knowing that I can benefit this team. So I put the work in. Practices go on. I show him that I'm a good shooter, and I show him I can do more. And he just put me in the starting lineup just to see what I can do, and I flourished. And I thank Coach DJ for that, because he made me, man, he pushed me to limits.
Yeah, man. Shout out the whole Code Sports Academy. Coach DJ, Coach Cawsey,
Coach Nkosi,
Coach Coach Adams.
I was in his house.
Coach Adams.
Appreciate that.
Who he lived with. Yeah. I appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna get to Alex. Alex is.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about Coach Alex.
Man, Coach Alex is hilarious. He is hilarious, but he is the guy. He's the fiery one. I mean, all of them are very fiery and passionate, because all the coaches and all the staff love the game very much, and they loved us because we've grown on them and they've grown on us, and they've shown us that we could be better than we looked at the first week. So it was really hard on us, but it worked. We had a winning season. Put C.O.D.E on the map, in my opinion, because we beat some top teams across, I wouldn't say really the world, but the U.S., Vegas, Cali, Ohio, even in Ontario and Durham. So
Florida IMG.
Florida, man, Florida was a great trip.
Yeah, I think he dropped 30, 34 down in
32.
32 on his birthday.
My birthday.
On his birthday. 32 in the win at IMG Beach Blast. That was the whole reason why I wanted to have this interview. Not so much the background, getting to know you, all that other stuff, but it was more so about being from the DMV and going from here to play prep in Canada. It's like, we don't know anybody that went that route. So it's kind of like, I felt like we had to like talk about it so kids know, I mean, other people coming up after you know, like, it's other avenues you can go that you can continue to play if you want to. You know what I'm saying? That it might not even been in some people's mind about this an option, and it probably sound crazy. It still sound crazy to me when I say like he played basketball in Canada, but you know what I'm saying? So that was the whole reason why I wanted to do this video. Just, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all need, I mean, other youngins out there need to know of different options they have, because that's the most important. Like, you can continue. You don't have to go the road everybody travels. Everybody has their path that they have to stay on, and this could be something beneficial to somebody else out there that may not even be thinking of this. So we're gonna get to the end of the season. Y'all didn't end how y'all wanted to, but how does it feel to basically finish as the number 2 team in Canada at the end of your 1 year there?
Man, that game, bro. But yeah, being coming in second place isn't what you would hope for, but the way we fought through that entire circuit and through that entire playoffs, it really just showed how we as a team fought, and we really wanted it just as bad as the coaches wanted it. Cause even on senior night energy was low. We all said that energy was low. It was right before the weekend of the playoffs. Energy was low during that game. Luckily, we came out to win. Almost cost us the game, but luckily we won that game. And the coaches after the game just saying like the energy was super low. Hope we don't play like this in the playoffs. And just everyone was just lit in the fire. But we all knew as a team, like, today wasn't going to be what's going to happen in the playoffs. Everyone was ready for the playoffs. It's just that game just wasn't low. So
it was an afternoon game too. It was like nobody. It was like nobody really there. So I mean, it was kind of a low energy type of day, kind of sort of. It was early. It was like about like 3 o'clock or something like that. Yeah, 4 o'clock, something like that. So I mean. But situations like that, you gotta fight through them. I mean, y'all fought through, and y'all still got the win. So, yeah. So, so we wanted to. I wanted to. Do you want to say anything else about any of the coaches or whatever, or anything else you want to say to any of the younger kids after you about what they need to continue to get to the next level? Or how they need to prepare, or something you want to share to the kids coming behind you.
The next one's up, man. Just keep working. Someone's going to take an opportunity on you. Don't stress it. If everything doesn't look like all green. Don't worry. Some team's gonna need something, and if you bringing that to the table, they gonna come and get you. Just keep working, keep getting stronger, be mentally tough, and just play your game. Upgrade your game actually, because everyone needs a 3-level scorer. Well, not everyone needs a 3-level scorer, but most teams need someone that plays defense. Some people that shoot, like me, or some people that can get to the basket or facilitate the offense. A coach is going to need something. Any coach, don't matter.
I got you. I think to piggyback off of that, I think you need to be able to be adaptable. Be able to adapt your game to any situations, because then it's hard to keep you off the floor if you can do multiple things. If you just do one thing, I mean, that's good, but you want to kind of do a lot of different things because you don't know who your coach is or what he might have you doing. So just be able to adapt. Mm-hmm. All right. Do you feel like your experience at C.O.D.E helped or hindered you as your collegiate career?
I believe it helped because it definitely prepared me for what's coming next with the whole early morning workouts, weight training, school. So I just took it and just adapted to the situation and made my own schedule.
All right, what was one thing you learned about yourself during your time with C.O.D.E?
I learned that just be me, just keep doing what I'm doing and just being the guy that leads, because no one really led, especially since I hate saying this because they call me, especially being the oldest guy in the group. You kind of got to be a vocal guy to, especially young. I mean, shout out Kamani and Amari. Those two were pretty much the team, really. Were the top 2 players on our team. So they were pretty vocal, but they weren't like... Actually, nah, I can't say that. They were very vocal. But in terms of leading, he would just lead because he's a point guard, and that's what he's good at. He's good at being a very shaky point guard. And Amari is that fiery guy that can get you a bucket in the low post. So it's just it had to be different. I had to enforce myself because I even got on them both. Because sometimes Kamani won't make his layups, and I'm like, bro, make your layups, bro. Come on. But that's just me. That's brother to brother. That's how we engage each other on the court. We uplift each other, and we know, and plus all 3 of us, even the whole team knows how good all of us are. So we hold each other to a high standard. It's not anger. It's not like mad at them. It's just like, bro, come on, just uplifting your teammates and just knowing what they're capable of. So, yeah.
So I think that about wraps it up for this episode. But before I go, I wanted to give a shout out to Cali Prep for winning the championship. I mean, it is what it is. They played a good game. Coaches along the way, Coach Adams, like you said, Alex, DJ. So before we wrap it up, what's your next step? Are you playing? I mean, I know this question, but I'm just asking for. Are you playing AAU basketball? Have you heard from any colleges? What's your next step?
Next step is trying to get somewhere in college. Anywhere, doesn't matter. No really preferable.
Oh, so you're not D1 or bus?
But nah, just somewhere not too far. But right now, AAU is what I'm doing right now.
Who you playing with?
Metro All Stars.
Shout out Monty, Bo, Malik, Shad, Lawrence, all the Metro All Star coaches.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. We're traveling to Virginia this week, right?
Yep, St. James this weekend.
And then West Virginia next week, so we got some wins to get.
So, just so y'all know, he's still uncommitted. We still looking for a school Still looking for a fit. It has been no offers. We're not turning down no offers yet.
Just weighing our options.
Yeah, we weighing our options. Well, we ain't got much options, but I'm just saying when we get we.
I mean, we do.
Depending on the fit and stuff like that, we'll see. But no, we have never been officially offered anything.
Oh, officially offered.
So yeah. So we just waiting. Continue to work. Continue to put the work in the gym, in the games, getting film out, and I mean, hopefully it works out. But for the younger dudes or the dudes that's in our situation now, just keep working, man. Just keep working and keep your faith strong. Whatever you believe in, because you're gonna have to lean on that. Because it's not easy. It's not easy. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, because to let y'all know, like, I mean, a lot of people know him, but a lot of people don't know the work that he put in. I'm not into filming a lot of workouts and stuff like that. We work out is when we work out, and they'll see how much work we put in when on the court. I try to just focus. We try to just focus on working out when we in the gym. So it's not a lot of workout videos and stuff like that. And, but yeah, you gotta put the work in first. That's where it starts. You gotta go to class. You gotta do the work in school, man, because all this extra stuff you do in the gym and suicides and all those stuff you run to get in shape. If you doing all those things and you don't have the grades, you basically doing that for nothing. So it gotta start in the classroom first. That's the important thing. I think what you got 3.0? 3.0? I mean, it is what it is. So you gotta start in the class first, because a coach don't even want to talk to you if your grade's not right. So I think this wraps it up. Oh yeah, so we can shout out Uncle Jeff right here, you know what I'm saying? Uncle, you know what I'm saying? We got
Uncle family in the NBA.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? His godfather. Yes, clap it up. They're going to the Western Conference Finals. Yes, sir. Denver Nuggets. Yes, sir. Let's get this chip.
2 more rounds.
8 more wins, man. 8 more wins. So you want to shout out any of your teammates?
Yes.
Good.
I want to shout out my teammates, the guys that made me who I am. Their shooter, of course. I want to shout out Riley, Kamani, Troy, Nathan, Ode, Simeon, Tommy, Frank, Amari, and Kersey. All them guys were great. Bunch of knuckleheads for sure, but they're all great, and they all work hard just the same as me. So
cool. So that wraps up episode 1, a checkup. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace.
Black paper. Ah!